Greetings all, it's time for another Xenopedia read-through. Picked up a few technologies, did a little bit of research and stuff last time. And now it's time to read through it all. Alright, so alien biology. Tissue analysis on the remains of different extraterrestrial species has allowed us to compare them with one another and attempt to find characteristics common to them all. Though we have no definite answers, there are hints as to the origins of the aliens. There are strong similarities in the physiology of biological alien units encountered so far. For example, all are humanoid. All also possess both a circulatory system and central nervous system, albeit with some variations in function. This allows for the possibility of a common planetary origin. The huge variety of life on our own planet clearly illustrates that an array of vastly different creatures can evolve simultaneously on a single planet. This was our initial assumption, largely due to the shared habitat inside the alien UFOs, an atmosphere containing perhaps 5 to 6% oxygen rather than 21% of ours. The aliens respire via oxygen in much the same manner as humans do, using a common vector to distribute it around the body. A semi-synthetic protein that makes the role of human hemoglobin, but much more effective, and giving the alien blood a distinctive purple tint. However, the fundamental organic chemistry is so dramatically different between alien species that a common origin cannot be possible. The reason these species can share a common habitat is not evolution, but rather extensive genetic engineering. This oxygen-carrying protein bears no resemblance to any other part of any of the corpses studied. In other words, it appears an external force has engineered these creatures to be capable of breathing the same air that they do. The identity of this external force and the reasoning behind the decision remains obscure, at least for now. In the meantime, we are turning this research to practical use. My team has constructed holding tanks in the laboratories, which can be used to confine captured alien units in a low oxygen environment. If exposed to our atmosphere for long enough, the aliens will eventually succumb to oxygen toxicity, allowing us to study them more closely. So basically, as a result, getting alien biology, we can now capture aliens. Though, of course, we have to sort of like develop the technology to actually stun them and knock them out. But that'll become later. We've already read all that stuff. I don't think I went over the plasma pistol, so let's just talk about it now. Alien plasma pistol. The plasma pistol is an alien sidearm that is approximately 8 inches long and roughly a kilogram in weight. Though it bears some resemblance to a human firearm, it does not fire a bullet but rather a searing bolt of superheated plasma. It is a powerful weapon, easily capable of killing an unarmored man in a single shot. However, our test suggests that the compact size of the weapon renders it fairly inefficient. The plasma bolt loses cohesion and starts to dissipate almost immediately. It is thus more dangerous at short ranges, where a single shot has a good chance of killing one of our souls outright. As that range increases, the projectile steadily becomes less accurate and damaging. The lesson here should be clear. Fight units equipped with this weapon from as far away as possible. Though it would be a fine addition to our arsenal, this weapon has clearly been designed for alien troops. Anatomical differences between our species makes it difficult for humans to wield effectively, so any soldiers attempting to use this weapon on a battlefield will suffer severe accuracy penalties when doing so. Sadly, we are also nowhere near understanding or replicating the technology contained within the weapon. Recovery from more advanced alien weapons may help in that regard. All is not lost, however. Running more tests on this weapon should allow us to develop battlefield infantry armor better suited to protecting our men from extraterrestrial energy weapons. And of course, I actually already got that going because of, I researched the alien plasma rifle, but whatever. That's all done. Alien alloys. Alien technology is founded on a variety of exotic materials, every one of which possesses remarkable properties. We have identified materials with tensile strengths and heat resistance in order of magnitude greater than anything previously known, as well as those with more exotic properties such as room temperature, superconductivity. Almost all of them are ultra-advanced ceramics with chemical structures as aliens as the extraterrestrials themselves. though we have not yet to encounter any unknown fundamental element in these materials. We have little idea how they generate their extraordinary powers or how they could be manufactured. It is the difference between a coal and diamond. Fundamentally the same stuff, but radically different in practice. Given their exceptional heat resistance, the most obvious military application of these alloys would be in personal battlefield armor. Unfortunately, they are so effective at dissipating heat that nothing in our laboratory can generate enough to melt them, making fabrication of plate or of armor or anything else little more than a pipe dream. Though still effectively useless, we are harvesting these alloys from recovered artifacts where possible. The aliens must have a means to shape these materials, so first say if the technology may allow us to do the same. So basically the alien alloys, they there's stuff that we don't know how to basically use yet, but eventually there'll still be like a resource that will hopefully be able to, put to practical use making armor or stuff. So note that, at this time I'm basically sort of recovering some stuff. Alien alloys, I basically have them, and eventually I'll possibly be able to make use of them for other stuff. Alien plasma technology. Studying the innards of the alien plasma pistol and plasma rifle has given us basic understanding of the science behind extraterrestrial directed energy weapons. We remain some distance from replicating plasma-based weapons ourselves, even in a laboratory setting, but our work raises the tantalizing possibility of battlefield laser weapons. A brief explanation of generation of plasma bolt is as follows. Firstly, the weapon draws power from an alien cell and uses it to fuel a powerful array of particle accelerators. Secondly, these accelerators superheat a large number of atoms into a state of ionized gas within the heat-proof chamber of the weapon. Thirdly, two helical spirals of electric mags in the barrel of the weapon pulses simultaneously, drawing the plasma from the chamber and spinning it into a bolt with accelerating it to muzzle velocity. Finally, a graviton emitter in the muzzle of the weapon launches a graviton particle into the plasma bolt as it exits the barrel. This graviton particle is incredibly important. In laboratory conditions, it has been observed to possess a strong gravitational pull that prevents the bolt from dissipating into a useless cloud of hot gas. The science behind the process is unclear. It is our first time we have observed a graviton, but it probably explains the large difference in the range between the alien plasma pistol and plasma rifle. Sadly, we have no idea of how to replicate this gravitational field ourselves, and without access to an effective anti-gravity emitter, the useful range of our most powerful lab-based plasma generator is only a few inches. One would hope that the study of more advanced alien weapons may shed more light in the process. In the meantime, our efforts would be better focused on development of battlefield laser technology. We have learned enough from studying the power distribution and cooling system of the alien weapons that I believe I could replicate them in our own designs, making building man-portable laser weapons from these alien materials a theoretical possibility. So, note that basically, something to note here, we're actually basically getting our laser weapon technology as a development for the alien plasma technology. So we don't know how to make the plasma technology, but we can make laser technology, and that'll be a big boon to us because more weapon power basically, and it'll be useful for, taking out the aliens. So yeah, laser weapons. Want to get those out and done with real quick. And eventually we'll get to stun weapons, but I'll get the laser weapons first, and then we'll move on to that afterwards. Anyhow, that's just a brief reading of the Xenopedia and all that. Next time when I jump into this, we'll probably be in a new month. And I'll make probably a little bit of new stuff to look into. Hope you've enjoyed. Take care.